I'm Tisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, May the 13th, 2016. A top Hezbollah commander was killed in an attack in Syria last night. The Lebanese terror group said that Mustafa Badreddine was killed in a large explosion near the Damascus airport and initially accused Israel of being responsible. However, later reports of Badreddine's death make no mention of Israel at all. There have been reports that among other attacks, it is believed Badreddine might have been behind the deadly bombing of the Jewish Community Center in Buenos Aires in 1994 that killed 85 people, and the attack in 2012 on Israeli tourists in Bulgaria that killed 7. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met last night with representatives from countries around the world at the annual reception for diplomats, military attachés, honorary consuls, and heads of religious communities that is held on Independence Day, where the Prime Minister reiterated his commitment to a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, providing, he said, that a demilitarized Palestinian state recognizes the State of Israel as the homeland of the Jewish people.
I continue to support two states for two peoples, a demilitarized Palestinian state that recognizes the Jewish state. It's about time. That remains the core of this conflict, the persistent refusal to recognize a Jewish state in any boundary. And this is why this conflict preceded the Six-Day War by nearly 50 years. But I don't believe that any issue is so complex that it cannot be resolved. All we ask for is the right to live in peace in our ancestral homeland, the land of Israel.
The Prime Minister reiterated his willingness to meet with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, echoing remarks he made on Twitter yesterday. When he was asked about his readiness to sit down, the Prime Minister said he was willing to meet with Abbas anywhere, at any time.
And they said, "Are you willing to sit down and talk peace?" And I said, yes. Yes, I am. In fact, I'm willing to do so right now, today, to meet President Abbas today, in Jerusalem, if you'd like, in Ramallah. If any of you, ladies and gentlemen, want to offer a different place, that's fine with me too. I have my preferences, we'll talk about it later. Right now, today, and not next week, this week. Because you cannot make peace with somebody who even refuses to sit down with you. And because every minute that President Abbas refuses to accept my call for peace robs Palestinians and Israelis of the opportunity to live without fear. It robs our children and our grandchildren the opportunity they so richly deserve. Peace is my vision. Mutual recognition is my hope. Security is my duty. And I will work every day of every week of every month to advance peace and security for our people.
Ynet reports that opposition leader Isaac Herzog, who leads the Labor Party, confirmed last night that there have been talks about his party joining a unity government. Herzog said there have been ongoing requests to that end, but that he has stated he is not interested in, quote, sitting in the government without taking the wheel. Adding that at present we have not received an appropriate proposal. If one such proposal is presented, we'll seriously consider it. Police in Oslo are looking into a bomb scare at a synagogue in the city. Local NTB news agency reports that security camera footage from this morning shows a man placing an empty suitcase at the synagogue's entrance and leaving the scene. The city's bomb disposal unit was called in and found the suitcase empty after police had cleared streets and some neighbors were evacuated. They are now trying to identify that man who police feel wanted to intimidate the community. A Salvadoran army colonel and diplomat who helped save tens of thousands of Jews during the Holocaust was honored in Berlin this week. Jose Arturo Castellanos Contreras, while working as El Salvador's Consul General for Geneva during World War II, provided false papers of Salvadoran nationality to Jews, saving them from Nazi persecution. This was done in partnership with a Jewish-Hungarian businessman named Georgi Mandel. Castellanos Contreras died in 1977. He was recognized posthumously as a righteous among the nations by Israel's Holocaust memorial Yad Vashem in 2010. This week, Germany's Foreign Office and the Centrum Judaicum Berlin held an event in the German capital in honor of Contreras, which included the screening of the film The Rescue that documents his heroic actions. A new museum opened in Poland this week, featuring artwork from the Jewish community of Poland before the Holocaust. The I Remember Museum opened in Krakow. It includes hundreds of paintings by Jewish artists, including Chaim Goldberg, known as one of the most important documenters of the Jewish community in pre-Holocaust Poland, before it was almost completely wiped out by the Nazis. This is the first time that Goldberg's 250 paintings are on a permanent display. Goldberg died in 2004. His son said that this was his father's last request. And a photography exhibition featuring everyday Israelis from all walks of life is now on display at Baruch College in New York City. Faces of Israel, which was curated by students from the college, opened at the school's 25th Street Plaza for Israel's 68th Independence Day. It was made possible thanks to a $5,000 award from the World Jewish Congress and the Israeli Consulate in New York, which the students won in the first annual Campus Pitch Competition, which we reported to you about back in February. The competition was aimed at broadening the conversation about Israel and Jewish issues on college campuses. The walking gallery shares the faces and brief descriptions of Jews, Muslims, Christians, members of the LGBT community, new immigrants, and others in Israeli society in an effort to reflect all facets. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, May the 13th. At 6 o'clock, live services from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed at 7:30 by outstanding Israeli musicians. At 8 o'clock, the Wall Street Journal's Bret Stephens talks about the challenges facing Israel. And at 9, it's the film The Word Maker. At 10:30, Musica with Israeli singer Noah. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, May the 13th, 2016. I'm Tisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.